Hello all and welcome back to another My Collection video, and this time I am so excited to be able to show you my completed collection of banned cards. This obviously took a long time, which is why I'm so happy to be able to show it, but it's actually even more so because we just had a ban list as of this recording 3 days ago. I'm currently recording this on February 9th, 2023, and we had a ban list release on February 6th, 2023, so I had to do a little bit of updating and then had to wait on some other cards to come in. But after so long, it is finally done, and I am so glad to be able to show all of you what I have here today. So I explained it in the last video, but I'll just mention it again briefly one more time. My goal with this collection is, of course, get every card that is currently banned in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, but to do so in max rarity first edition, and then for those cards that have a max rarity version that is not first edition have to get the next rarity down, which you can already see with cards like Gofu and Blaster right there. So if you see multiple copies of cards, that is why. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in. So we, of course, start off with the Arc Nemesis Protoss up at the top, and then the freshly banned Artifact Scythe and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds not 3 days ago. This took way too long to get banned, and this is also a very nice ban as well. Welcome to the collection, and I hope to not see you off the ban list anytime soon, especially you, not whatsoever. Ever again. No more. You're annoying. Anyway, moving on, we have Gofu the Vague Shadow, both copies because of the rules of the collection. Same with Blaster Dragon, Ruler of Infernos. Then we have the Block Dragon, and then the Ultimate Rare Dandelion. Was really happy to be able to get that one. Next page, we have the next version of Dandelion because the ulti is not first ed. Then we have the Jin, Eclipse Wyvern, Ava, 2 versions of Snow because of the rules. Fiber Jar, Fishborg, Blaster, going up to the Ultimate Rare Glow Up Bulb. Still debatable as to whether or not that one can come off, and honestly, with as many tuners as they just released to Unlimited on the previous ban list, it could be doable. The Grinder Golem, and the Grinder Golem is the only one I got a token for. I might get tokens for some of the other ones if they have them, but that's not really a priority of mine. Now that the list is completed, I would consider getting the tokens just to be able to have them in the collection as well, like with the Grinder Golem token. But I'll maybe get to that one day. I don't really care about that aspect that much. I just got this one because it was really easy to get with the Grinder Golem card. But anyway, the Level Eaters, the Magical Scientists, the Magispector Unicorn Kieran card I hope to never ever see off the ban list again in Masterpiece. This is actually one of the first ones that I started with because I think somebody sold their copy to our shop, and then I got it from our shop when it was still at a decent price. So this is one of the ones that I started off with, which helped me start this collection. Fun fact. And then my most prized card of any piece of my collection, banned or not, the Ultimate Rare Maxi. This was the most difficult one to get. It took a long time for me to get this one, but so happy that I am able to have that. And then, of course, it's not first ed, so we had to get the next rarity up, the Secret Rare First Ed Maxi, which was also a little bit more difficult to get, but thankfully have that as well. And then moving on, we have the Mind Master, the Harp Horrors, the Plush Fire, Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis, both versions of Redox, both versions of Ronin Totem, which is not the most freshly banned card, but still relatively new. A couple lists, or the previous list ago. Samsara Lotus, Master Plan, which is funny that this is still banned because Spiral Resort just went to 3. And honestly, we might need a bit more time for Master Plan to come back. You could theory craft it, but yeah, better safe than sorry. Tyrant Neptune, Tidal, and Victory Dragon to round out the normal monsters. Getting into the fusions, we have the Elder Entity Norden, we have the Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom, and the freshly banned Tearlament Kit Kalos. I'd say good riddance, but I did have fun playing the tier deck. Although, as long as we were in a tier 0 format with that deck running around, it's both sad to see it go and really, really good to see this card banned. So, heartbreaking, but also very welcome indeed. And then the Ultimate Rare Colossus along with the Secret Rare version, since it's not first ed. Same thing with the Crystron Halqifibrax, another card that was just banned way too late, but happy to see it go. Same thing with Curious, which is right after that. Then we have the Guard Dragons, Agripane, and LP going up to Electromite, which I hope to never see off the ban list as well, because Pendulum was a mistake when it had that card. The Nightmares, Goblin and Mermaid, Linkross and Auroradon, both of which are still a mystery to me as to why they were even printed, because you would have thought Konami learned their lesson with token generators, and yet here we stand with these having been banned way too late after their inception, but happy to see them banned. The Meow Meow Mew, the Verte, which also survived a little bit longer than it should have. Smorg, and then now the freshly banned Sprite Elf. It is gone and out of here. And honestly, it kind of paid the sins for Tier Limit, but it is a very powerful card in Spite as well, so kind of warranted. On to the next page with the final links. We have the Summon Sorceress, the Gumblar, and the Union Carrier. And with the Synchros, we have the Chaos Ruler, not the newest one, but still relatively fresh as well. Denglong Ib and Tempest Magician. Since Ancient Fairy Dragon is technically unbanned now, even though it's not till the errata comes out in March 10th, I did go ahead and take it out of the binder, but I do have the Ghost Rare version of that. Although, fun fact, I will be putting that in my trade binder since it is no longer banned and I don't play it in any decks. So, if you would like to pick up a Ghost Rare Ancient Fairy Dragon, that will be in my trade binder, and first come, first served. And the Lavalval Chain and Saber Invoker to start off the Xyz, up into the Shockmaster, the Galaxy Tomahawk, which I forgot was a common, so it is funny to see that again. Rangominiad, Dark Matter, Utopic Zexal, Azathoth, True King of all Calamities, Ultis and Meity, and the Secret Broad Bull, and then on into the next page with the Dryden as well to round out the Xyz. Starting the spells, the Ultimate Rare Brilliant Fusion, which was also a fun one to be able to pick up. And the Secret Rare, and then Butterfly Dagger Elma, Card of Safe Return, Chicken Game, which I also forgot was a common. So funny to see that one not having a higher rarity. Cold Wave, then the Confiscation and Delinquent Duo, Dimension Fusion, Giant Trunade, Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, Kaiser Coliseum, also forgot it was a common. So very funny with that one. Last Will, Match Driver, and then probably the second most prized card I have right now, and one of the ones that took me the longest to get, the super rare Metamorphosis. This, I honestly couldn't tell you which was harder to get, the Max C or this one, but at the end of the day, they are finally part of my collection, so very happy to have those within my possession. And we have the common as well because it's not first ed, but, you know, just following the rules that I set myself with this collection. On to the next page, we have the Mirage of Nightmare, the Mystic Mine, which took way too long to get banned, but happy to be able to see it in this binder and out of here. Painful Choice and the Ultimate Rare Pot of Greed, also one of my favorite ones that I have. And then the Premature Burial right after, the two versions of Smoke Grenade of the Snatch Steel, Soul Charge, That Grass Looks Greener, Forceful Sensory, and Zodiac Barrage. And then finally, going into the traps, the Imperial Order, the Last Turn, Red Reboot, Return from the Different Dimension, the Gold Rare Royal Oppression along with the Rare, because, yeah, that's just how it worked out. And then the final page, Self-Destruct Button, 6 cents. And then another prize card of mine that I'm so happy to have, the Super Trap Dust Shoot. Also took me a long time to get, but happy to have it in my possession finally. And then a common version as well, because it's not first ed for the Super. And then also, one of my favorite ones to have, took a little bit to get, the Super Ultimate Offering, and then we also have the Rare and the Common. This is, funny enough, the only one here that I have to have 3 versions for, because each highest rarity is not in first ed, so had to get the Super for the highest rarity, had to get the next highest rarity, which is the Rare, but neither of these were in first ed, technically, so then we also had to round it out with a first ed Common, so I didn't know that going into this, but it was just funny that it ended up that way. So funny little happenstance that we get there. And then rounding them all out, the Secret Rare Vanity's Emptiness. And the rest of this binder just kind of ended up as my extra copies page. So I had a few of these that were just spare copies of each of the ones that I either had already, or I had to upgrade them from rarity because they either weren't the highest rarity or they were not first edition. So they just kind of ended up in this binder as well. But after so long and so many grueling circumstances to be able to get all of these, it is finally complete, and I could not be happier, especially this. This is my prize card, and this is just so beautiful to be able to have. But that is going to round it out. So happy to finally be done with this. And of course, I will constantly update it with new ban lists. There will be things leaving the binder. There will be things entering it. And I will always be updated with Max Rarity First Edition. And with that, thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of the day.